to speak.
I know, it's been 4 days or something, right?
So, second coaster, back to back. What has you excited about Cobra's Curse?
And I'm most excited about developing an attraction that really targets a certain demographic in our park, which is this young rider, these 4.5-year-olds to 10-year-olds that aren't ready for inversions on rides, and to really develop a story-rich environment for them to explore, which we're in the temple right now, and then have a ride that has multi-chapters in it, multi-directional experience, which is just something the park doesn't have. So I'm most excited about delivering like this really concise, story-driven overall package of a ride experience, which takes, I think, this park to another level of storytelling and guest experience in the queue lines and the ride itself, which gets me most thrilled.
Because I noticed on the ride, because we just came off it, loved it by the way, you go forward and then backwards, and then like the last part is when you really start.
Yeah, it's interesting that no one's picked up that that's actually never happened before. So and it's really clever what we did. We went with mock rides and I looked at spinning coasters all over the world, and it's like most of them spin the whole time. It just makes you nauseous. They have weird seating configurations back to back, which just looks round and unusual. And I really wanted to do this mine train story. So we did a custom ride vehicle, all forward facing, so it doesn't look like a spinning coaster, right? And then also we said, hey, but it looks like you have control over the spin on certain parts of the ride currently, like when they would go in stations and stuff. So we said, hey, can we make our ride change direction mid-course? And they said, maybe. And they figured it out for us. And here we are with this really unique ride system. Forward, backwards, and spinning. Maybe not break. Yeah, talk over us.
Snaking. And afterwards, we'll watch that, and then we'll ask about the snaking.
And we're back. It's gone. We're back.
Okay, so snaking, obviously cobras are pretty synonymous with Egypt. So what was the design and the story concept behind the snaking, other than having a big cobra?
Well, we like the snake story. It appeals to 6-year-olds to understand it easily, our target audience for the ride. And then we kind of created this legendary story around town. You know, you add a mine train category ride, which is what this ride category is, the spinning, 70-foot, 40-mile-an-hour thing. It's mine trainish, with archeological dig site, with a legendary snake king, and like you've like nailed all the boxes for every 5-year-old, 7-year-old around town. And we mix it with tools that we have, which are the real stories of the snakes, about why snakes matter, some education, some real snakes you get to meet here, and then blend it with new technologies that we're using. For us, this is new in a queue line, and actually, I'm not sure of any other queue lines that do a lot of projection mapping and storytelling like this in them. I think it's really unique attribute. It gets a little bit more imagination in our attractions, a little bit more energy as well, and gives them a little bit more relevancy with today's audience.
I was going to say, there's definitely one of the better cues of Bushcraft, not offending the other rides.
No, it was intended to be. We started, I mean, we've invested a lot in the queue, and I spent 4 months alone just writing the story of the attraction that all this is based off of, including the human characters you meet here, the snakes, and the Snake King himself, and the whole history around this was all created off of some level of authenticity from true Egypt and real animals, but kind of done with a big imagination twist in it, so it became very ownable and very Busch Gardens. You see us doing new things in this park, Pantopia, a big leap for us from storytelling, of changing from authentic to more imagination. This is more imaginative. Montu feels very authentic Egypt. This is very more imagination-based. We bring in new colors, new textures, new technologies, telling very different stories than we told in the past.
Where you were, because you mentioned Montu, about any clash between the two? Because I know you got to kind of tight fit.
Yeah, it's tight in the bathroom building that we have to hop over. So one of my favorite part of the rides is actually the reverse incline lift. So when you're backwards going up the lift, because on this ride are kids that can't ride Montu or too scared to ride Montu, and so they're going up backwards, and Montu's doing her huge flyby, and it's just, what a great place. Like, I'm riding this like a big kid, looking at one of the biggest rides in the park. What a great combination of experiences. And from the non-rider, you've got coasters now all over the place, and this thing's like a mousetrap. It's got 8 trains running around it. So it's this great energy now in Egypt, and it really finishes out what we wanted to do here in this area.
Well, Brian, thanks again as always.
You're welcome. Thanks for your support, guys.
Awesome.
Come ride.
Take care.